What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of 2 for 2, your sports podcast for the culture, by the voice of the culture. I'm your host, Quis. I'm here, as always, with my co-host, Nell. And we're back with another episode of 2 for 2, man. This is going to be Season 3, Episode 32, so y'all sit back and enjoy it, man. Nell, my brother, happy Tuesday.
Yo, Keys. Our favorite day of the week.
Our favorite day. The thing that we look forward to the most on Tuesdays.
Yes, sir. Therapy.
Therapy, man. So we got a lot to get into, man. We know the NCAA tournament is officially on the rise. It is March Madness time. You got a bracket already now?
I got something of a bracket. I got something.
Look, I've said it before. I'm so far removed from college basketball in the sense that I've been really hesitant with my bracket. You know, I don't have a full bracket for y'all today, but I got a little something. You know, we might as well go ahead and talk about it. But my first thing now, do you think comparatively, you know, got the Super Bowl, you got the NBA Finals, NBA playoffs, whatever, you know, got NHL, got the World Series, as you can count the soccer league joint. Where do you rank the March Madness tournament on your list of sporting events in terms of which one's the biggest and most exciting sporting event? Where's the March Madness tournament on your list?
I mean, for me personally, it would probably be third, maybe fourth. Like, playoff baseball is up there, but like basketball, NFL playoffs for sure. And then, I mean, hockey is kind of irrelevant. I'm not a soccer guy, I'm not a golf guy. I mean, Olympics are cool, but it's just not for me. So, like, yeah, March Madness might be up.
First, the Super Bowl?
Oh, no, NBA playoffs.
Oh, the playoffs. Okay.
Yeah. Nothing like basketball.
I feel like I'm kind of somewhere in the middle, you know, with you. It's like the college basketball aura in general has kind of like fallen off in the last couple of years, you know, just.
They always deliver some kind of upset somewhere.
Yeah, but
it lives up to the madness hype.
Exactly, and that's my point, is that we're always going to have the upsets. I think this year specifically, it's going to be a lot more than we think, just because college basketball is kind of tilted back into the direction where it's like, if you got a senior guard, you know, you might just be all right, you know, like you can kind of play it, and then it's not a bunch of like, this is the best team than everybody else this year is what I'm trying to get at, right? Every team is kind of just, you are who you are. I think every team this year has probably had a bad loss, right? Like every team in the country. So, you know, a lot of the teams that even snuck into this tournament, you know, we had a lot of teams steal bids from these mid majors and low mid major schools. So, hey man, it's gonna be exciting to see. So now, go ahead, bro. Let's just do this. You know, you told me you got your bracket picked out, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Give me your Elite Eight. And then just pick who you want to see win. It don't even got to be a team in your Elite Eight. This could just be look. This is who I gotta go with for my bracket's sake. But if I this is the team I pray they win it all, man. Give me that for you.
All right, let's see. Let's start out west. I'm gonna have UConn and Illinois match up. I'm not gonna pretend like I know much about Illinois, but like, I mean, it's just randomly picking teams. That's just the one I landed on, you know.
Illinois actually has a really good point guard, Terrence Shannon. You know,
hey, we like guards in this time of year.
Yeah, this time of year is all about guards. For everybody that's listening, if you are doing a bracket and you got a team and you're confused and you know who the point guard is or the shooting guard, they got a guy that can score the ball, go with them. Love the bigs, man, but in March, that's just not it. If your coach has been there, run it. If your point guard's been there, double time run it. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
That's what matters. Good coaching and guard play. And have they been in tough games? Stay away from the Gonzagas of like 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. All right, now go ahead. You got it. My fault, brother.
No, you good. All right, what was that? West. All right, South bracket. We gonna go. Wait, was that the South? I got chill, yeah. I got Bama and Arizona. Got the 4 and the 2 seed.
I like Bama. Shout out my boy Bama Cosby, hooping up there.
All right, and out south, if I got my brackets correct, we got Duke and Kentucky.
Oh, no Houston?
I forgot who did I have taking out Houston. I don't know if it was Duke, if they were on Duke's side
Oh,
or
yeah. It would have been Duke unless
yeah. I mean, that one was definitely more of a heart pick than like with my head.
is announcing his Duke fandom. Hope y'all heard that.
Yeah, like let's just throw it out there. And then Midwest, we're gonna go Gonzaga and Tennessee.
Ooh,
That's my Elite Eight.
okay.
That's what I'm rocking with. Now, I don't expect like at least 50% of these teams to be here by the time we get there. But that's just who I'm rocking with, you know?
I mean, hey, I'm looking here. You know, I got, you know,
What you don't like my Tennessee pick?
no, I didn't. I didn't like it.
Damn.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I do like Tennessee. I'm a former Vol for a year. I was a Vol for a year.
Yeah, I did that just for you.
I know. But something about Tennessee, man, they always let me down. So I kind of just don't really care for them as much anymore. I think out east I got UConn for sure versus Illinois.
You know, I probably should have taken Tennessee out because if I'm not mistaken, that's where Tobias Harris went to school, right? Yeah, so like anything associated with Tobias Harris, automatic mid pack. So
Impact Tobias had, you know, somebody else I know that you know as well call him. I can't even say it on here, but let's just say it was a no good son of a something.
I would tend to agree with that person.
Tobias Harris. Hope you don't listen to this, bro. Because no, why don't you like Tobias, bro? Just tell us
Because
why.
the man makes $180 million and gives me 6 points when I need him the most. So like, I just never, I haven't seen a more useless max player in my life. I mean, like I kind of understood when like when you got Embiid, Harden, Maxey, like all these dudes on the pecking order, obviously over him. I mean, these dudes be out, he'll still get me 6 points, 2 of 8, and I'm just like, bruh, like you gotta do something, bro. Like we paid you for something.
Yeah, I mean, whenever I see Tobias play, he plays pretty well, man. I can't.
You're lying. You're lying. You're lying. Why would you lie to the public like that?
This is why he said what he said about Sixers fans. Y'all would trade him for a bag of chips, man.
He said crumble cookie, and I wouldn't even trade him for that.
Come
You can give me one of them little 10-cent bubble gums at the corner stores. You can take Tobias Harris for one of those.
No, bro, come on.
Yeah, the bubble gum might be more effective than he is.
All right. Hey, that's a Philly fan right there. I'm Nell's not alone in that thinking. I know y'all know that as well. So wait, who you going to put in if you take Tennessee out now?
I got no clue because I can't go backwards, so I don't even know who I had them beat. But
they would you know, Creighton, South Carolina, Oregon.
Yeah, we'll take Creighton.
Okay, cool.
I just tried to switch it up because when the last time Creighton been in the Elite Eight?
Yeah. I mean, I could be not that long ago, probably. Actually, they're pretty good.
We'll go Creighton.
For me,
I haven't watched Creighton since Dougie McBuckets.
His dad's still the coach.
That's crazy.
Hey, is he? He might not be the coach. I think he had a. I don't know. We're gonna move on. I'm gonna move along. I'm gonna do mine. I tend to be more.
Yeah.
With this whenever I try to do this, like I'm really bad at predicting upsets. I will give y'all one upset, man. It's not an upset. If you know, you know. James Madison University.
Oh yeah, we had them losing first round
Over Wisconsin. Easy win. Easy. Don't be that guy to say it's not gonna happen like this guy. Don't be that guy.
I'm gonna be that guy.
You are. I know. You're that guy. I think East. I got UConn coming out there to play Illinois. Guard plays too elite. UConn's been there. You're gonna see a theme of my picks here. All right. You know, out west, they did my boys a little grimy with this one. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm rocking with the Tar Heels, of course. And once
That's
again,
crazy.
I think once again, it's just gonna be chalk for me. I kind of go with the teams that do it. And I'm going to go with Arizona. What better story than a Caleb Love matchup to get to the Final Four right there? You know what I'm saying? USC coming off a year where they completely missed the tournament after winning the national championship, and you get a 1 seed. It's the year of destiny. It's the year of destiny. Then we got. You don't agree?
No, obviously you didn't hear me call them in my Elite Eight.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Big time UNC hater. So
yeah, that's unfortunate. Hating on a team that y'all haven't beat in a while is
all right, bro, relax. Like I said, when Coach K retired, I retired. So, in my opinion, none of the games count until next year when we get a MAGA flag in there. Yeah, it ain't UNC ain't gonna be laughing then.
Yo, hold on. I'm marking that. Yo, you're crazy. You're crazy. You got me messed up over here, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be turned up.
You just called
Yeah.
Cooper MAGA.
Oh.
Oh shoot, no, that's sick. You're wild. I don't know who I'm picking anymore. Are you Kansas? I'm not going down the MAGA flag.
Nah, he looks like he would be great friends with Joe Burrow and Nick Bosa.
Comfortable too.
Yeah.
But he's from Maine though. Maine's like is that a red state?
Don't ask me, man. I clocked out every geography class I was ever in.
It's really like a border state almost to Philly, bro. Come on.
Bro, I care about. I'm locked in on Philly and Philly only.
Is Philly its own state? Are y'all one of them cities?
I wouldn't say so.
Like Memphis, right? Memphis, like, nah, we from Memphis, not Tennessee. Like, are y'all like that?
I mean, yeah. I don't think anybody would just be like, yeah, I'm from Pennsylvania. Like, who would say that?
But it's like, they be like, Memphis.
Memphis. I mean, look, people do love saying Philly here, so.
All right, well, there it is. So, simple as that. You should know about Maine. I think Maine's I don't know what Maine is, but if it's red, you might be on to something. Let me see. Midwest, I hate Purdue. I don't ever pick them to do anything, and I'm not going to pick today. But honestly, I don't know what's going on with Hunter Dickinson in Kansas. That's what I'm saying. I watched him play a game, and I didn't see him. If he's playing, I'm taking Kansas to the Elite Eight, only because, contrary to what I said about the guard thing, like Kansas got Bill Self. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Go with the guys that's been there. So I'm going with Kansas.
When's the last time Bill Self has done anything?
Never go against Bill Self. Trust me.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the sleeper out of this joint. Nah, I lied. I'm going with Tennessee. I lied about what I said. Tennessee, Kansas, beautiful. And then in the South, Houston, easy. 1 seed. I just don't see anybody beating them. Nebraska has a guy that's really good. He's an Asian kid. I don't know his name, but hey, he's going to be tough. Trust me. Like I said, big upset, JMU over Wisconsin. But we're going Houston versus Kentucky. If Kentucky gets past NC State, who I think NC State is going to beat Texas Tech, I love Shaka Smart, but Shaka Smart's about to coach at Michigan real soon. So Marquette's going to be up out of there.
Are you guaranteeing that?
I'm willing to say with 75% certainty, Shaka Smart will be the next coach for Michigan Wolverines. Yeah, so they're going to lose.
I like it.
So that's what I'm going. And then as y'all can see, my champion, hopefully, is going to be UNC. I would love for the Tar Heels to win. If not JMU, that'd be cool. I doubt it. I mean, I don't want to say I doubt it.
I doubt it.
They got a tough road. They got to beat, I think I'm confident Wisconsin. You got to play Duke. It's like, Whew. But I'm giving my boys a chance. They just got a tough road. You got to beat Duke. You got to beat a Wisconsin, maybe a
All
Houston.
right. That's as far as they're gonna get.
Hey, I'm rolling with the Dukes too. So I would love to see them win as well as UNC, man. We also got the women's bracket. What you got on them?
Ooh, all right.
It's tough. What do you got for the young ladies?
Yeah, bear with me on the women's bracket because I watched like 2 women's games all year, which is look for me that's a like a career high in women's college sports. So
Women's good.
yeah, we're gonna go South Carolina versus Notre Dame. Well, 1-2 matchup.
Okay.
It's a shame that we can't get South Carolina and LSU in like a Final Four. We gotta hope they get to the championship, which I think will happen. But you know, let's see, what was that? Regional 4. Let's see, Regional 2. We got. That's kind of weird. Why is it? Why is it like? Okay, my F is just.
Yeah.
All right, that's why. Why is the men's Midwest South and women's regionals? Okay, whatever. But we got Texas and Stanford.
Okay, 1-2 again.
1-2 again. Like I said, can't pick upsets when you don't know anybody on any teams. Then we got Iowa and LSU rematch.
I got that
right now.
I got the same thing right now.
Rematch of last year's championship, if I'm not mistaken. And then we got my girl Juju Watkins and USC Trojans taking on the Ohio State Buckeyes.
That's where we defer, my brother.
Telling you.
I got right there. I got Virginia Tech and UConn. Right
That's
there.
kind of crazy.
Why? Paige Beckers.
Virginia Damn, you right. I do love me some Paige Beckers.
Audra Moore and what's her name? Elizabeth Kitley or something like that.
Yeah, but you're right. You're right. I wasn't picking with my head here.
So is our dream matchup South Carolina LSU? We don't want to see Caitlin
in the championship. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like they gotta have another. That would be what, round 4?
For who? LSU
and South
USC.
Carolina. Right? If South Carolina,
no, I got that's the wrong one.
If they match up in the championship, it would be because what, South Carolina beat them once and lost once, and then beat them again in the championship, right?
Yeah,
it's 2-1.
You would know better than me.
I think that's right. If I'm wrong, I apologize.
Yeah, but yeah, I got Angel Reese taking out Caitlin Clark again. Okay. You know, she can't see her.
Hey, I tell you, the women's tournament might have more like exciting moments, like on a consistent end game basically.
I mean, I feel like they've had more exciting moments in the regular season.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. So
wouldn't surprise me.
I'll be watching both. Y'all watch. Those are the little picks that we got, man. Nothing too serious. Me and Nell just out here just spitballing some stuff. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed our little kind of like a little vent, not vent, a little brain.
Yeah, let's see how many of these teams are still standing once we actually get to the Elite Eight.
Have you been keeping up? We've lost. Nellie's numbers went away. I lost the pick'em, and so now we're here. So, and our records were not great in any of that stuff. So, maybe Nell's.
Thought mine was good enough.
That's what's wrong with you. Good enough for the problem. But we got news on the NFL front, man. Justin Fields is officially out in Chicago. He is now a Pittsburgh Steelers. Nell, react to that for me. Let me know. They traded this guy for a 6th-round pick that can become a 4th if he hits 3% games played or something.
51% of his snaps.
So, what you thinking, man? How we feeling about this one? Is it good for the Steelers? Good for Fields? What's up?
Yeah, I love it for both parties. I think, the Steelers have been looking for a quarterback, obviously, since Big Ben retired. Kenny Pickett, obviously, I think he showed that he just wasn't going to be that guy. They shipped him off to Philadelphia. And, I mean, look, Russell Wilson, I mean, I'm sure knowing Mike Tomlin, it might, he might leave it up to, training camp to, find out who's the starter. But I think most people think that Russell Wilson is, going to at least be starting, week
Yeah, I
one.
mean, I'm
And
thinking he's starting week one because they put out that report that the Giants didn't guarantee him play time, and that was why he didn't sign there. So I'm assuming
interesting.
the Steelers, have basically told him he's going to be the guy.
Yeah. But like if he struggles, like obviously I think
Oh
like
yeah,
you certainly got to be looking over your shoulder. Like it won't be Kenny Pickett where you're just like, all right, I'm safe. Like I know I can do better than that guy. Justin Fields definitely brings them some kind of potential, and again, it only cost them a 6th round pick, at best, at worst, a 4th round pick for a guy that was drafted in the 1st round. Just three years ago. 25 years old, so he's still young. You got a veteran quarterback now that you can throw in there and definitely help you run your offense. And if that doesn't work out, or if Russ is only on a 1-year deal, if he decides to move on in free agency next year, you've still got a young Justin Fields who probably won't cost that much to retain. And there's still plenty of untapped potential with Justin Fields. A lot of people, there was still a bunch of conversation about whether the Bears should keep him and, keep trying to continue to build around him. I think he'll be in a much more stable organization than he was with Chicago, with some guys that, actually coach him up and, try to work and play to his strengths and, get him to the level that I think a lot of people thought that he could be coming out of Ohio State. So, I think it's a good move for, both sides. Low risk, they paying Russ like what 1.2 million, something like that, and Justin Fields still on his rookie contract. So I mean, it's pretty much just like no risk involved for the Steelers. So I thought it was a great move for them. That QB room has been awful the last couple of years, and now they got 2 exciting prospects. One young and one veteran. So I'm excited to see what the Steelers look like this year.
yeah. I mean, like you said, low risk, high reward. If and I think that's the honestly the tail of their quarterback free agency. Like you said, Russell Wilson, same deal. If he comes in and he's anything close to what we've known him to be, it's like wow, you got that for what $1.6 million or something like that. Like,
And
cool.
it,
And
and they made a lot of improvements on defense to a defense
exactly,
that was already top 5, top 10.
exactly. Then they made a lot of really good moves. They're shoring up some wide receivers as well. I feel like they're going to probably take one maybe in the draft, but we'll get to that another time.
And,
But
and they don't miss on receivers.
right, exactly. So it's just like they're really setting up for a good season. And like you said, at worst case scenario, you put Fields back there, and now you give him a shot. A guy that at worst, he's been a starting quarterback in the NFL. He hasn't been great, but like you said, a lot of it goes to where you at, right? And being with the Bears, being with um, an organization that, like you said, is not stable. It can be a lot tougher for a quarterback. So Steelers are trending in the right direction. That's crazy coming from you now, man.
Yeah. Can you imagine some Steelers Ravens matchups in the future with Lamar versus Justin Fields?
That'd be
That'd be
fun.
nice.
I'd have to go down there and
Look,
pay
man,
attention.
Jalen Warren and Najee Harris, like Steelers could definitely
Well,
you know
so get back to their ways.
have an
Keep your hands.
explosive run game if Justin Fields is their long-term option.
Yeah, it'll be exciting to see for sure, man. That's a good move by the Steelers. We'll get some more NFL moves, closer to the draft. But we also, we're gearing up for NBA playoffs again, and we got to show some love to my Knicks now.
Do we?
Can they? Yes, we do. Let's say yes, we do. They are 6 of their last 8, 3-0 right now on their Western Conference tour. Next big game is Thursday against the Nuggets. Don't let us win that one. But
Oh.
regardless, Jalen Brunson, he's averaging over 30 points a game. OJ Anunoby returned. He's got a little thing with his elbow right now, but he's working through that. Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart has shown up. What is he? They said he's the
I was thinking, I forgot what it was. Oh man.
it was like Luka Doncic or Draymond Greens or something crazy like that.
Yeah. The triple doubles have been insane.
Hey, another triple double last night in a win against the Golden State Warriors. Can the Knicks really make it to the ECF at full strength with Julius back, Mitchell Robinson back, the way Isaiah Hartenstein is playing, OJ Anunoby healthy, Jalen Brunson still being Jalen Brunson? And to your point, earlier that we talked about off of camera, the NBA has seemed to move away from the ticky tack fouls. It's really physical right now. Can they make it to ECF?
Look, I'm gonna be nice. Knicks are playing some good basketball. Jalen Brunson has been fantastic all year long. I mean, when you got, they're just, I think about them as a basketball team. They're so deep. And like you said, they're not even, Julius, isn't back. OG's been in and out the lineup. Um, what's my guy, the center? Yeah, Mitchell Robinson's been out. So it's like, they've got three starters that have been in and out of lineups, and they still been, pretty much holding it down. Dante DiVincenzo has been a great pickup. I really liked him for the Warriors last year. I think they're missing him a lot. Josh Hart, great.
Brunson's the best point guard in the game right now. He's playing like the.
Can we relax? Can we relax, yo? Damn, like we can't be nice for a couple of seconds without you just throwing some blasphemy statements out there. Like, just relax. He's hooping, man. He's really hooping. But like, slow down. Anyway, you got Bogdanovich off the bench. McBride coming in threes.
He's been trash. Him and Burks send them back where they got him. I don't care.
Look, one day he's gonna pop off. One day he's gonna pop off for like 18 to 20 in a playoff game. And
he literally either I see the tweet. They were like, we either get I guess whatever, I forget his nationality right now. But that version of Luka Doncic, or they get they're like a 50-year-old, washed garbage man. Like, he's either really good or really, really bad. And I'm getting really sick of him. Alec Burks, I have not seen Alec Burks pass the ball as a Knick.
Yeah.
I don't even tweet for real. But the minute that like Alec Burks and Bogdanovich get in there and start wilding, I've tweeted every time. If you go check my Twitter, every time. But you can go. I appreciate your comment.
Anyway, back to the depth of the New York Knicks. Precious Achiuwa, Hartenstein, DiVincenzo, Hart, like a bunch of great role players. Once they get Randall back and have another, really guy that they can go to offensively other than Brunson, they're a really good team. But the problem is, and defensively they've been great as well, holding teams under 80, 90 points like consistently. It's been nice to see this, this low stretch of, games since the All-Star break where refs have kind of, been letting some things go, not calling ticky-tack fouls that they used to. Is this fits right in with the way Thibodeau wants to play defense, that tough mindset, physical. So I think that's really helping them out. But unfortunately, I will say, I think the Knicks can maybe get there if they get out of that 4 or 5 seed, because that 4 or 5 seed only guarantees you a matchup with Boston in the second round. And I just don't think that's the team that you want to face in round 2. You probably don't want to face them at any time, but like, if you want to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, you want to avoid those leprechauns up in Boston. So if they stay in that 4 or 5 spot, I did say beginning of the season that the Orlando Magic might be better than them, so that could be a tough matchup in the first round. But if they got to face them C's in round 2, you can kiss those conference finals dreams goodbye. Is that all you got? That's all you got for me is okay?
I mean,
you disagree? I feel like you agree. You just don't want to say it. I understand.
I mean, yeah. I don't want to play the Celtics in the second round. You're right. I don't. I prefer.
I know you don't.
But there's no guarantee that they'll be there either. We got to see how it plays out.
I'm sorry, what? There's no guarantee who will be there.
The Celtics.
In what?
The second round.
Have you seen the play-in teams?
I'm just saying nothing's guaranteed. That's all.
Okay.
Just saying. We'll see when we get there.
Giannis ain't on that team. So now, if they ended up playing the Heat, like, yeah, that's playoff Jimmy. That's scary, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Not the way this Celtics team is playing last year. Yeah, but
Hey, look,
now
I'm
with
cool with it.
Kristaps and Drew,
I think the Knicks right now are the second best team in the East behind the Celtics. Obviously, I don't want them to play them in the second round. If we got to get Boogie there, we'll just get Boogie right then and there, though. I think
boogie your ass on home.
I don't think we would beat the Celtics right now. No, I would. All things equal, no. Also, I haven't seen but I also have not seen my starting five. That's all I'm saying.
I
Let me
don't
see
need to
how
see the
that
starting
looks.
five.
Let
I
me
don't
see
need
how
to see
that
how it
looks.
looks. I don't
If
even
I
need to
see
see how
how
it
it looks,
looks. First of
if
all,
I see,
the fact that you haven't seen how it looks with like a month left in the season, that's enough right there to tell me you won't beat that cohesive team up in Boston. That's just been steamrolling teams.
no, sorry, because we have Jalen Brunson. Like I said, the best point guard in the Eastern Conference.
Drew probably strapped that.
Please, you know exactly what Drew Holiday does in the playoffs. Exactly what he does. Exactly. Don't.
I've seen him strap Dame in the playoffs. Seen him strap Trey Young. Well, he ain't really strapping, but he did strapping for a couple games.
You know who guards Julius? Tatum. The boy chest gonna be hurting by the end of the game.
Possibly. But if they just sit on that left hand, that'd be all right.
He's been out for a while. That jumper gonna be butter. Let you know he gonna shoot about 10 of them a game. I pray to God I don't have to sit you because he's gonna come out jacket. You know how injured players do.
I hope he don't come out like he did at the start of the season.
That was bad.
He was shooting like 24%.
Man, we come a long way, man. My niggas.
I have.
It was gonna be dark. It was really dark.
I was loving it. That was a fun start to the season. Let's go back to that. The Sixers was hooping. Knicks was playing like trash. Let's go back to that.
Nah, that's cool, man. My Knicks have a shot. We'll see. Nell's a hater. But you touched on something with the refs calling the game a little bit differently. We've been seeing a lot of complaints. You know, some people like it, some people don't. A lot of calls haven't been being made. Refs are letting things play on a little bit more. I know Nell loves it. And the game's been a lot lower scoring. As mentioned, my Knicks have been a big catalyst to that with our defense. But all around the league, we've seen some games that are just getting a little bit lower scoring. And if nothing else, we've seen the games are being called a little less tight, right? So how you feeling about that now? I know you probably love it, but
I love it. Yep, like you said, love it, man. Like I texted the boys the other day. I'm like, yo, these games that are under 110 points, 105, 106, 108, 109, like it's bringing a tear to my eye because it's just like it just feels like real basketball is back. I mean, free throws, down a bit, fouls down just a little bit. Not too much, but like I think that's just kind of the point. Like, you switch some things up here and there, and all of a sudden, not every game is in the 120s, 140s, and it kind of even makes those games for me like now when I see a game like the Lakers and Warriors, one in the 120s, it makes it a little bit more exciting because I'm not just seeing that every single night. But yeah, it's like every bucket in the fourth quarter counts. Like it is not just all right. Well, this team's gonna score here when they got the ball. They're gonna score here, get a good look here. Players hunting for fouls. They haven't been rewarded as much as they were, earlier in the season. It's just really just made for some good basketball. And I don't necessarily know if it all has to do with the officiating or now that we have
time.
10 playoff time, seeing, especially in the West, like what after 1 through 4 is pretty much like all in contention for the 1 seed, and then pretty much 5 through 10, like you're just trying to stay out of that play in and maybe try to get home court in the playoffs or whatever. So like there's a lot of that too that's adding to the intensity. But overall it's just really just made for some really just great stretch of basketball. Like every night there's a good game on, close in the fourth quarter. So I'm loving it and definitely looking forward to playoff basketball for sure.
Yeah, it's the best time of the year. because teams are really competing. I think that's the biggest part of it. Every
So
game matters.
competed.
You know, like we talked about last week, man. You lose one game, you fall 3 spots. I actually was kind of mad because I said that in the pod last week, right? And I was watching the Knicks game last night, and Bob Myers said the same exact thing. I was like, dang, all right. You know,
He
something
should have gave you, he should have gave you some credit. I know he stole that.
exactly. So, he stole it from me, not the other way around. So, that's the thing that I think uh, makes the games a little bit lower scoring. But I mean, I like the way the refs are calling the game. It makes it a little more physical. I mean, it's preparing these guys for what the playoffs are going to be. It's like, look, the refs saying, look, flat out, man, y'all gonna have to play through some stuff.
That's what
And get
basketball
it right.
should be.
And like we just talked about, I love it because it fits my team's identity. We can bully you, push you a little bit, be physical, make the game nasty. I like the Knicks.
Isn't that why they said they shipped out RJ Barrett and
They said quickly and RJ was soft.
quickly?
They said we want,
Yeah,
yeah.
they ain't fit that toughness, that defensive mindset that Thibs want. So like
And you see, Miles McBride is the newest member of the family. You seen him yesterday clamp Steph Curry. What?
had a
What?
couple good possessions.
And they said Steph was like 4 for 12, 4 for 11 or something. 2 turnovers, 1 assist, guarded by
Off shooting night.
Huh?
Off shooting night. It happens.
It was that physicality. That's what that was. That physicality was that. That's what that'll do to you. It'll take. You know what y'all trying to use Kelly Oubre to do to Jalen Brunson? We just showed y'all how to actually do it to a superstar.
You mean when we held y'all to 76
That was
points, 78 points, and one?
Y'all were abusive. Y'all were being abusive that game.
Gave y'all tasting your own medicine.
I mean, that's fine. Like I said, when OG play, I don't hear from none of y'all. 15-2.
Look, man, it's tough to beat a team 2 times in a row on their home court. We'll take the one.
That's all right. I'll let you have it. But I told you, y'all need Ben Simmons back if y'all want to keep beating the Knicks. But
you're right. I do miss those days.
Y'all moved on. Hey, man, we got one more thing we want to talk about now. The NBA MVP rankings, man. Right now, it's it's an interesting race, right? I mean, we got some guys vying for the top. We got Jokic, Luka, Shea, Giannis.
You know who the betting favorite is?
No.
I don't either.
Let's see if I can look it up. I mean, on NBA,
MVP is so weird this year.
NBA MVP. I'm gonna say I have Shea at the top of my list. I think he deserves it, right? Like we always talk about the stats. Like this guy's played all the games he got to play. He's maybe missed. I don't know how many games he's missed, if any. Very few. I know he's missed a few.
Jokic is the betting favorite right now.
Yeah, then that's the thing. Like, it'll be hard for him to lose that because he's gonna average what he averages. But I mean, Shea, if the Thunder can stay at number one, I mean, Shea averaging almost 32, 33 points a game, maybe more than that, 6, 7 assists, 5 rebounds or so. Like, get a young guy to MVP, man. We don't want to keep saying Joker every single year.
I feel that.
I think he can win it. Like, I mean, I picked him to win the jump, but it's like I kind of just want to see the young boy win it, man. We don't know if the Thunder they'll be the 1 seed next year or year after that. It could be a turning of the guard, but I mean, it's gonna be hard.
I feel like it's weird because like with Joker, it's like obviously last year, it was all the hoopla, him and Embiid, and Jokic winning 3 in a row, that possibility. And I just think this year it's like he might be the best. I mean, not might, like he's probably been the best player that's obviously qualified for the award. But I just don't feel like he's had like a better year than any of his previous like MVP years. Like I don't feel like it's like with Embiid, you saw this year. It's like he's like kind of blowing away his MVP season. Like he's come back even better. And even with Joker, coming back after the back-to-back and, his third year, it was like he was having probably his best season that year when Embiid got it. This year, I just kind of don't feel like he's still out. He's going to put up amazing numbers. Like he's going to average close to a triple-double. but I just don't feel like it doesn't feel. I mean, that's how MVP is. Like it's like it's a narrative thing. It's a feel thing. Like you gotta feel it, see it.
Right.
I feel like for me, I feel like Luka probably he's probably played the craziest, but his record just doesn't. It doesn't put him really in that MVP combo.
Okay.
Tatum has been, best player on best team, but it's like his team is so stacked and they just been steamrolling people.
There's still too many nights where it's like Jaylen Brown might be better than this man. Sometimes.
All right, that's kind of crazy. I hate when people say that because, no, he's not. There aren't nights like that. Like I don't know what y'all be watching. I've never seen those nights. I'm never there for those nights. Like,
no,
I'm not. We're not doing that.
All right.
He's not that guy. He's not that guy, bro. Anyway,
that's not
I don't. How? It's not. It's not. There's a clear pecking order in Boston, and Jaylen Brown is clearly number 2. It's not even a 1A, 1B type of thing. It's
not even that clear, but
it's one. It is that clear. It is that clear. Anyway,
y'all want it to be that clear.
No, it is. If you think Jaylen Brown is on the same tier as Jason Tatum, I want you to go to the eye doctors. I want you to make sure they get you a nice prescription, so that way you can actually watch the games and see what's going on.
I didn't say that. What I was saying was for Tatum's MVP argument. I'm not saying that he's not the best player on the team. I'm just saying there are a lot of times where I watch that game and I'm like, who's the best player on this team?
Yeah, bad games happen. Just because he has a bad game doesn't mean it's like, who's the best player?
No, it's not a bad game. There's a lot of nights where he got to get saved.
I mean, because that's all they do is shoot threes. So, it's just some nights he ain't got it. But, look, I feel you. That's why he's, not.
That's why I almost think that's why he can't be the MVP for me.
He's not the MVP.
He's MVP, and you getting saved by Robin or no, let me do a better one. By the Avengers that you got over there, Captain America. You know what I'm saying? Porzingis got to come save today. Oh, Jaylen Brown got to come save today. And it's like, yeah, y'all win because y'all are so good. But it's like, you did what, Jason Tatum? Like, come on. It's some nights like that. And that's just why he can't be the MVP. Not good. He is great.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. I mean, he's been
never has those nights.
I'm not gonna say anything, but anyway, Tatum's been playing great, but he just hasn't put up necessarily those MVP caliber numbers, and then he's playing on a super stacked squad, so he's kind of not in it. And it's like, I like Shea, being the MVP, but it's like part of me is just like, I still have this narrative about OKC being, the team that's tanking and, having all these draft picks. It's like he's been averaging. It's not like it's the first time he's averaged 30. Like he's been pretty much averaging 30 the last 3 years. He's been really turned himself into an efficient offensive force. And then obviously we got these new wave of NBA stars. It's like they're not necessarily in front of the cameras, in the media, in the lights like the way that past MVPs and greats are. So it's like I don't really like. And plus, OKC isn't on national TV that much. Obviously, I watch him here and there, but it just doesn't. He's definitely had an MVP type season, number one, in a stacked Western Conference, albeit, Joker and the way the Timberwolves have been playing, Clippers, the roster they put together. So for them to have that number 1 seed definitely says a lot. Youngest team in the league, so he definitely he's checked a lot of MVP boxes. But it's just it's just weird because I just don't part of me in my heart still feels like Embiid is the rightful MVP because there was no question. There was no question when he was playing this was the clear cut MVP. And then it felt like once he got hurt and obviously we knew he wasn't going to reach the amount of games, it just kind of felt like, all right, well, who can we put in this place? And it's like you got Joker, but like I said, it just doesn't feel like he's necessarily having a better year than his last 3 MVP caliber seasons. And, obviously the back-to-back. What were you saying?
I was gonna say to your point about like Joker and like it not being much different than his last years. Like clearly, this is just his ceiling, right? Or not. I don't know what he's
Yeah,
like. This is just how like this is how good he is, right? Like we're watching him kind of half-ass his way to what averaging 26, 12, and 9. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. Like
it's like the
he
LeBron
needs
syndrome where it's
years
just he's gonna have 25, 25,
right,
28, 7 and 7 every year.
every
It's gonna
year.
be
You can
MVP
give it to him,
caliber.
right? You can give it to him if you want to, but was he really the most? And like I I guess we're being nice today, man. That Embiid, he did check all those boxes. You know, every night it was like he did
It
what
was
he had
his.
60,
It was
you know what I'm saying?
his.
Oh, he had 65, but he had 45 and a quarter. You know, like every night it felt like it was something else that Embiid was doing. And it gave you that MVP vibe where it was unquestioned. This is the guy. You know what I'm saying? So
Dominance.
we don't have that right now. But that's why I gotta go say I would love for it to be Luca, like you said. I think if Luca and them won and they were a little bit better, because like the NBA loves to play them, but you know, they be losing, they just blow a game. And then Kyrie, you know, lefty hook, beautiful.
Crazy shot.
You know, it's tough. So it'll probably be Joker, unfortunately. He's probably at one.
I'm rooting for Shea. It'd be cool to see him win it. Like I said, maybe that'll when people think of the name Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, they won't necessarily they'll think MVP caliber. It's like when you say his name, I'm just like when people say like, oh, he's in the MVP race, I'm just kind of like, not because I don't think he's a great player. He's crazy efficient, 30 a game like it's nothing. Like his worst games are like 25. Like that's how efficient he is at getting to a spot and getting to a bucket. But it's just like when I hear his name in the MVP conversation, I'm just like, I don't know, maybe I just got to get, I forgot who said this the other day. They was like, hey, you gotta let these new cats, this younger generation, you gotta let them take over the years of the LeBrons and Anthony Davis, Chris Paul, Steph Curry, KD, taking over the league and going on these deep playoff runs. That might be left in the past, but yeah, he definitely he checks all the boxes. Him and Joker do, so those would probably be my two favorites right now. Giannis is still in there. He's putting up crazy numbers. Once again, top 3 in scoring, I think, top 10 in rebounding, shooting 60% from the field, averaging 30, which is crazy. So, they had that kind of weird start to the year. They were awful defensively. Giannis got his coach fired. Just a lot of weird vibes going on in Milwaukee where you don't necessarily, you can't just all, just throw the MVP at him, but he's certainly still, putting up MVP caliber numbers and they're still, number 2 in the East.
Yeah. He's in there too. Well, it'll be a nice race. I would love to see, one of those really 4 guys.
Mm.
Yeah,
Should Jalen Brunson get some MVP love?
I mean,
Nah.
that's how you. That's
My
how you
bad.
want to.
I was just joking. Yeah, I just wanted to get your hopes up. My fault.
Hey, that's cool, man. We'll see how the season wraps up, man. I hope y'all enjoy it. That's gonna do it for this episode of 2 for 2. It's episode 32, man. Getting closer and closer and closer to more episodes, to the playoffs, the finals, the NCAA championship, women's championship. So a lot of stuff going
That's what
on.
we're here for.
What we're here for, man. We're gonna keep trying to do this thing, keep trying to make it cool and make it fun, mess with some new stuff for y'all as we keep going. But like I said, until next time, that's gonna do it. 2 for 2. Your boy Quis, my boy Nell. We out of here.